Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson, and I'm back today with a total of 7 trades I did this morning. If you remember, I told you I was going to go away for 2 days, a little mini trip I took with my wife, but I did 5 trades this morning, so a grand total of 7 trades altogether. It is late Thursday night as I'm doing this recap of this morning New York session. So before I get into that, it's very important. I would like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time. It took me 8 years and over 700 trading systems to learn that. Now, if you want to get that up to 80 to 90% success rate, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You'll also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time and a lot of education. I provide the education. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. So let's get into the trades, and I'm using my new Pro Scalper system. Keep in mind that it will only work on the 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 15-minute time frame. But you can certainly trade the way I do with it. When I first take a trade, I'm just looking to scalp, and of course, that helps me to get into the trade, and then of course I'm not going to complain if I end up with 30, 40, or 50 pips. But you got to start somewhere, and scalping is a pretty good way to start. So first trade, pound Aussie, drag and drop it up, so where I got in at. This is within the blue box starting at 6 a.m. New York time, and you'll notice that the now, one of the good things that I like about the GCI financial account and the platform is that right at the right hand edge, it tells you the New York time, and that's the time zone I live in. That is happens to be, last candle is 8:45. 8:56 is the time right now in the Asian session. So I took the trade at this cursor right here, and for no particular reason I closed out the trade with 16 pips, and 16 pips on the pound Aussie paid $1,237. Basically, when I put in a bunch of trades, and once I see I got a nice total down at the bottom, I just end up closing the trades, even though you will notice that some of these pairs I could have got quite a few more pips. And another thing I like to point out is not only was the scalper, it's red here. Red means we're selling. Over on the left side, it'll be in red, it'll say sell. And the charts, if you look at them, they're a perfect example of a great way to trade. The way I teach, very high success rate as long as you follow the rules that I have within the training videos. In other words, using all the indicators on the top and the bottom just before you pull the trigger, and this is what it actually has to look like. Moving on to the Euro New Zealand. This pair I bought. These trades I took looks like around 7:30. Now, as we're taking a look at these trades, 2 of them were taken the day before, like yesterday, around just before 9 a.m., 8:55, 8:59, and the other 5 were taken around 7:30 this morning on April the 22nd. Okay, let's take a look at this Euro New Zealand. We'll drag and drop where I got in at. So I bought it right here. The line is blue, telling us to buy the scalper. And qualifies for a great way to trade. Everything is a perfect setup, exactly the way I teach in the videos. And I close it out right at this point, looks like with 20 pips. And 20 pips on this Euro New Zealand trade paid $1,435. Okay, moving on to the next trade, the Pound New Zealand. This pair I sold it. Drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Another good example of a great, not quite, it doesn't quite line up when I took the trade, but it was pretty close. So I took the trade at this cursor here. Scalper was saying to sell from back here. By the way, you'll get a pop-up alert, a box, audio sound, right at this point, right here, telling you to sell. Got in at the cursor there and I closed the trade, looks like with 23 pips. And 23 pips on the Pound New Zealand paid $1,651. Moving on to the next pair, the Euro Aussie. Let's drag and drop it up, see where I got in at. Another good example of a great way to trade. Everything was looking pretty good. The signal to buy was way back here. And of course my system was also saying to buy right from this point. So I just waited for any kind of a pullback, took the trade, got in, and I closed it out, looks like with 22 pips, and 22 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $1,701. Okay, let's move on to the next trade, the Pound Yen. Love trading the pound pairs. See where I got in at. Now this one here was on the 21st, April the 21st. So I have to, got in at this point right here, and then I had to monitor it as it just went very flat. It gave me some pips right here. Let's see what it did give me. 22 pips at one point. I did end up with roughly 22 pips, but I kept a close eye on it, managed the trade, and it did go against me. Just to let you know, it was 48 pips, but I did end up getting the, as I said, what was it, 22 pips. I closed it out this morning with 22 pips, and 22 pips on the Pound Yen paid $2,034. Keep in mind that if you're going to be trading these pound pairs or any of these workhorses, many times 10 or 20 pips, you cannot use a 10 or 20 pip stop. It needs some breathing room. But after I checked the higher time frames, I knew it was going to go down. And by the way, I teach that, you know, how to trade higher time frames. So moving right along to the next pair, the Pound Swiss here. See where I got in at. Another perfect example of a great way to trade. From way back, who knows how far back, let's see. Right from, all the way from back here. We're selling. As I said, took the trade at this cursor. And I closed it out at this point with 25 pips. And those 25 pips on the Pound Swiss paid $2,728. Okay, down to our last pair, which is the Pound Dollar. Let's see where I got in at. This one I also have to zoom out. Took the trade. This one, as I said, was 9 a.m. yesterday morning. One point I was up around 25 pips. Did go against me around 32 pips. And I finally closed it out after it went mostly sideways. Started finally in the London session here. Finally started to move. And I closed out the trade, it looks like, with this was the biggest mover, 43 pips, and 43 pips on the Pound Dollar paid $4,300. love trading the Forex markets. Main reason I got into trading more than 16 years ago was because I wanted to be able to take lots of little short vacations or even extended ones. And while I'm on vacation, I can make money in the morning and then go sightseeing and do whatever I want in the afternoon and in the evening. So this was a very good short 2-day trip that produced 171 pips, and 171 pips paid $14,951. So if your system is not producing on a daily basis great results like my Pro Scalper, I suggest you get your hands on it. And to do so, all you got to do is look right below this video and you will see this write-up, Pro Scalper system. I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. If you don't learn how to trade the flow of the market, you will always struggle and eventually fail. My Pro Scalper system comes with 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. It comes with 5 MT4 templates, 10 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. Now it also comes with a lot of PDF books and a lot of Word documents, and that's what you're going to need, a lot of education to succeed. Now there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways, and the more ways that you learn how to trade, then you'll begin to make many more pips. Now of course the number one way that I really do prefer to trade is very first one here, a great way to trade. You can put this on pause, look at all the different ways. If you have any questions at all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. And if you live too far, just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore here. Now, I do prefer Skype. Made it easy for you. Just click on this link. We'll have a connection through Skype, and then we can do screen sharing, and I will give you a free session, no obligation, and I'll answer your questions. Now, of course, if you click on this link right here, you'll see 32 screenshots of all the different trigger systems I've been building over the years. So I believe that just about wraps up this day of 2 days of trading. And we'll get back at it tomorrow morning, Friday morning, and grab another 100 or more pips. I am positive, very sure that will happen. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.